For thousands of years, the galaxy was quiet. Stars burned, planets moved, and civilizations watched the void with patience. The Great Alien Alliance, known as the Interstellar Concordium, believed they had discovered every intelligent life worth knowing. Until one day, everything changed. It started inside a cold, silent observatory floating near a dying red star. A single technician, a thin insect-like alien named Savra, was checking long-range receivers. The system usually picked up nothing but space noise, radiation, dead signals, or echoes from black holes. But then, something strange appeared. A burst of sound, chaotic, loud, and emotional, filled the chamber. Savra froze. The signal was unlike anything recorded before. It was not random. There were patterns, voices, music, alarms, explosions, laughter. Savra replayed it again and again, antennas trembling. This was communication. Within minutes, alarms echoed across the observatory. Researchers rushed to screens. More stations across the galaxy confirmed the impossible. The signal was coming from a small blue planet in a quiet arm of the galaxy, a world no one had ever scanned deeply, Earth. Soon, holographic maps projected Earth's location above a grand council table. Leaders from many alien species gathered. Tall reptilians, armored machine minds, telepathic creatures with glowing skulls, and silent beings made of living crystal. They listened in silence as the strange broadcast played again. A human song echoed first, loud and passionate. Then came a speech full of emotion and confidence. Then an explosion. Then cheering crowds. Then static. The room felt colder than space. One alien spoke first, a deep-voiced warrior species elder. Primitive worlds do not broadcast their history to the stars. Another alien, a scholar with shimmering blue eyes, whispered. They fear nothing. They shout into the void without knowing who listens. More fragments were decoded. Human languages, emergency signals, news broadcasts, arguments, comedy shows, war speeches, celebrations, prayers. It was chaotic, confusing, emotional. But one thing was clear. This species was intelligent, and they wanted to be heard. A debate exploded through the chamber. Are they dangerous? Are they advanced? Do they know about us? No species this young should produce such powerful communication. Some suggested immediate silence, block the signal, hide the galaxy from this new species. Others argued curiosity, studying them before deciding anything. But one sentence, displayed on a monitor, changed everything. A decoded fragment of an old human broadcast. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. The words repeated in the silent chamber. The meaning was simple, gentle, ambitious, a species dreaming of the stars. And yet, hidden under the hope, there was something else. Hunger, determination, will. Aliens looked at one another with wide eyes. Had they discovered a future ally or a future rival? Hours later, the Galactic Senate ordered something not done in centuries. An emergency investigation fleet would travel to this unknown planet called Earth. No alien voice dared speak against it. Before the meeting ended, the galaxy's most respected strategist whispered what everyone feared but did not want to say aloud. If humans are already reaching upward, then one day they will reach us. And in that moment, everyone understood. The quiet future of the galaxy was gone. Humanity had spoken, and the galaxy was finally listening. The decision traveled across the galaxy faster than light. Every major world felt the shift. A new species had been discovered. Some aliens were excited, others nervous. But one feeling dominated all: curiosity. Soon, deep inside a massive shipyard orbiting a dark gas giant, preparations began. Engineers worked day and night. Energy cores hummed. Metal frames shook. And then, finally, the ship was ready. A huge vessel built for long-distance exploration and silent observation. The ship's name was the Vigilant Star. At its command stood Commander Thalek, a calm and experienced leader known for caution and intelligence. His skin was metallic silver, his eyes bright and sharp like polished crystal. He had seen many worlds, Peaceful ones, dangerous ones, and planets that destroyed themselves before making contact. But something about Earth felt different. Before departure, he stood in front of his crew and spoke softly. "We do not judge. We do not interfere. We watch. We learn." The crew nodded, and the fleet launched into the darkness of space. The journey took days. Stars blurred into light streaks as the ships traveled through hyperspace. When they finally slowed down, the solar system came into view, bright, clean, untouched by alien technology. The first thing the scanners detected was the sun, strong, burning, alive. Then the gas giants, rings, icy moons, and finally, Earth, a small blue dot floating in the void, with white clouds, green land, deep oceans, and an atmosphere full of life. Commander Thalek stared at the image on his display and whispered, "Beautiful and dangerous." The crew began scanning. To their surprise, Earth was full of signals, thousands of them, music, conversations, news broadcasts, emergency alerts, digital data, entertainment, military signals, internet traffic. The noise was overwhelming. One officer muttered softly, "This planet never sleeps." Then another reading appeared. Heat signatures, electronic grids, nuclear reactors, and space infrastructure. Dozens of satellites orbited Earth like a protective swarm. Humanity was still young, but not helpless. The vigilant star drifted closer, taking a hidden position behind the moon. Smaller scout drones left the ship, silent and invisible, gathering information. The aliens observed Earth's surface. Cities glowing with electric life. Aircraft moving in well-organized patterns. Rockets launching into orbit. War zones full of fire and destruction. Hospitals full of hope and healing. It was a world of contradictions. Humans fought each other, yet saved each other. They built weapons powerful enough to destroy nations, yet used the same technology to explore space. One young alien scientist stared at the screen, confused. How can a species be so chaotic yet so unified? Commander Thalek answered calmly, "Chaos is often a sign of potential." The observation continued for hours. As the crew studied the planet, something unexpected happened. An alert flashed across the command deck. Earth satellites were reacting. Some rotated. Some changed frequency. Some pointed directly toward the alien ship's location. The crew froze. Commander Thalek reviewed the data. The humans had detected something, not clearly, not completely, but enough to make them suspicious. He slowly exhaled and said, "They do not know who we are, but they know they are not alone." A quiet tension filled the ship. For the first time in centuries, a new species had looked back into the void and noticed someone watching. Commander Thalek turned toward the stars and whispered, "The moment we feared and the moment we hoped for." Outside the ship, Earth continued shining, small, fragile, and powerful. A world ready to change the galaxy forever. On Earth, everything seemed normal at first. People worked, laughed, argued, and lived their ordinary lives. But far above them, in quiet control rooms and hidden government facilities, alarms began flashing. Soft at first, then louder. Inside a military tracking center in Colorado, a young radar technician stared at his monitor. At first, he thought it was a glitch. But the reading repeated, then stabilized. Something massive was hiding behind the moon. His voice shook as he called the supervisor. "Sir, we have an unidentified object in lunar shadow. It's not debris. It's organized." Within minutes, intelligence networks across the world woke up. Satellites adjusted. Tracking systems aligned. Governments contacted each other, some calmly, some in panic. Earth had seen strange readings before, but this was different. The object was too still, too precise, too perfect. It was not a natural object. It was watching. In a secret international meeting, leaders and scientists gathered. The atmosphere was tense. Fear and curiosity mixed like electricity in the air. A scientist with tired eyes projected data onto a screen. This structure is not human-made. Its energy signature is unknown. Its size is enormous. Another expert added, "It is not attacked. It has not communicated. It is simply observing. Silence. Then a military general broke it. If they are watching us, they may see us as a threat. But a calm, older scholar shook his head. Or they may see us as equals. The debate grew heated. Some demanded military preparation. Others argued for peace. But one truth became clear. Humanity had been found. Meanwhile, global media began to sense something unusual. Satellites changed trajectory. Space agencies went silent. News channels filled with rumors. Mysterious flashes near the moon, secret military deployments, encrypted transmissions. Humanity felt something was coming. Something historic. At the same time, on the alien ship, Commander Thalek stood silently, watching Earth's response. His crew monitored satellite behavior, radio silence patterns, and emergency signals. One officer reported, Earth's nations are communicating with each other. They are preparing not to attack, but to understand. Another added, surprised, some humans are trying to send peaceful signals. Indeed, radio telescopes on Earth began broadcasting simple encoded messages, mathematics, physics constants, greeting patterns, and audio recordings. Music, voices, hope. Commander Thalek narrowed his eyes. They know a watcher exists. Yet their first message is communication, not surrender. He admired that. Not many species reacted like this. Some attacked blindly. Some hid and waited. Some destroyed themselves from fear. But humans responded with curiosity and courage. Hours later, something unprecedented happened. One of Earth's strongest communication satellites reoriented and broadcast a message directly toward the vigilant star. A simple signal at first, pulses repeating a frequency pattern, then language, human speech, clear, strong, prepared. The ship translated it across every screen. We know we are being observed. We don't know who you are. We don't know what you want. But hear this, we are not afraid. The bridge fell silent. Every alien stared at the message, stunned. Other primitive worlds begged for mercy at first contact. Humans did not. They stood tall, even without knowing what they faced. Commander Thalek felt something heavy in his chest. Respect, concern, curiosity, and maybe a warning. He spoke softly. They challenged the void with confidence. If they survive their chaos, they may become one of the most powerful species in the galaxy. His second officer looked at him, anxious. Commander, what do we do? Thalek's crystal eyes did not blink. We answer. The message from Earth spread across the galaxy faster than anyone expected. Within hours, every major civilization received the same recording. Humans acknowledging the unknown and refusing to fear it. Some reacted with disbelief. Others reacted with interest. But many reacted with fear. Never in recorded galactic history had a young species spoken with such confidence before reaching space travel. Primitive life usually hid or begged for peace. Humans did neither. Now, for the first time in many generations, the Galactic Senate called a full emergency assembly. Millions gathered, leaders, scholars, soldiers, diplomats. Giant holographic screens flickered with the image of Earth. The room buzzed with voices, anger, curiosity, and nervous energy. Then silence fell as a high speaker rose. A new species has spoken to the galaxy. They are called humans. We must decide, do they become allies or a threat? A reptilian warlord immediately stood. Their message was bold, too bold. Confidence without knowledge is dangerous. We must contain them before they grow. A mechanical intelligence countered, voice monotone but precise. But their courage may also mean potential. They unite under stress. They attempt communication, not violence. A peaceful aquatic diplomat floated forward. Humans are emotional, unpredictable, and chaotic. But they also create art, music, and meaning. They are not simple. The debate intensified. Charts projected Earth's potential growth, rapid scientific progress, resource capacity, creativity, and adaptability. Every calculation ended the same way. Humanity would eventually leave their world. Whether as explorers or conquerors, no one could predict. Then the room fell quiet as Commander Thalek entered. Everyone recognized him. He was respected, cautious, and experienced. If anyone could judge humanity fairly, it was him. He stepped forward and spoke slowly. I have watched them closely. Humans are imperfect. They argue, fight, and make mistakes. But when faced with fear, they do not retreat. He paused, letting the words settle. They build. They adapt. They survive. The Senate listened closely. Thalek continued. Yes, they have weapons. Yes, they can be dangerous. But beneath the chaos, I see something rare. A screen showed human doctors saving lives during disaster, scientists launching rockets, children looking at the night sky with wonder. They dream, and beings who dream do not remain small forever. Some nodded, understanding. Others glared, worried. Finally, a tall crystalline elder asked a question every mind feared. If humans evolve further, will they bring peace, or will they bring war? Thalek did not blink. It is too early to know. But if we fear them now and act with hostility, then we will shape them into an enemy. Silence. Deep. Heavy. The Senate knew he was right. At last, after long hours, the vote began. Holographic markers lit up, red for containment, blue for peace. One by one, blue lights began to outnumber red. Humans earned a chance, not trust, not alliance, but possibility. The High Speaker stood. The galaxy will not attack Earth. We will make contact, not as rulers, but as equals. The decision echoed through every world, every ship, every star system. Humanity had not just been discovered. Humanity had been recognized. But as the assembly dismissed, one elder whispered to another, "This is the beginning of something great or something terrifying." And somewhere far away, on a small blue world, humans watched the sky, waiting for an answer. The world waited. No one knew what would happen next. People stopped wars, paused politics, and turned their eyes to the sky. For the first time in human history, every continent felt the same emotion. Expectation. Satellites stayed alert. Communication stations monitored every frequency. Scientists barely slept. Military forces stood ready, not to attack, but to protect. Humanity had spoken. Now they waited for the reply. Far beyond the moon, the Vigilant Star received final authorization from the Galactic Senate. Commander Thalek faced his crew. Today we do something historic. Today, we greet a new voice in the universe. His crew stood tall. No one spoke. No one needed to. The ship changed position. No longer hiding, no longer silent. Slowly, carefully, the Vigilant Star moved from the shadow of the moon, becoming visible to Earth's telescopes and radar. It was huge, larger than any human structure ever built. Metallic, smooth, glowing with alien blue light. Its surface shifted like living metal. Earth reacted instantly. Air forces scrambled, but they did not fire. Civilian broadcasts exploded with news. People ran into streets, rooftops, open fields, staring up with wonder and fear. Some prayed. Some cheered. Some simply cried. Because for the first time, humanity knew we were not alone. A signal began transmitting from the alien ship. Not words, not commands, not warnings. A pattern, slow, gentle, universal. Mathematics. Human scientists recognized it immediately and responded in the same pattern. The dialogue began. Aliens spoke, humans replied. Both sides careful, both sides curious. Finally, after hours of cautious exchange, the first true message appeared on every major screen on Earth, translated into every language. The alien spoke first. Earth, we have heard your voice. We see your courage. We come not as rulers or enemies, but as travelers and learners. Humanity held its breath. Seconds later, the world saw humanity's official reply, a short message, simple, written with trembling hands but strong intention. Welcome. We are ready to learn and ready to stand. Commander Thalek read the response and nodded slowly, respectful, impressed. They do not bow, he whispered. They stand. His officer spoke softly. Are they dangerous? Thalek smiled, not with fear, but with admiration. Every species is dangerous when afraid. Humans are dangerous because they hope. Lights across the Vigilant Star shifted. Panels opened. A small diplomatic shuttle separated from the main vessel and began its descent toward Earth. People around the world watched as the shuttle entered the atmosphere, burning bright like a second sunrise. It slowed gracefully, hovering above a large open field prepared for contact. Then, softly, it landed. No one moved. No one spoke. And then the door opened. A figure stepped out, tall, elegant, unfamiliar yet calm. Earth and the galaxy held their breath together. The alien raised a hand, a peaceful gesture, and slowly, with steady steps, a human representative walked forward. The two beings stopped at arm's length. History waited. Then one small motion, a handshake, simple, quiet, but powerful enough to shake the galaxy. The narrator's voice closes. On the day aliens spotted Earth, the galaxy froze. But when humanity reached back, the galaxy changed. And far away, civilizations whispered the same new truth. Humanity had joined the stars, and the stars would never be the same.